We are not professional mechanics. Well,
what in the world?
that was in the brochure.
This is where things could get interesting. I think he just snorted some of that insulation.
Oh, yeah.
That's a beaut.
That's one of those Bluetooth wires.
Oh, there goes the poop. Barking like a mother. That's a longie.
Thought it was gaseola.
That looks like iced tea.
Whoa, stop! Oh my gosh.
What in the heck?
Oh. Okay. Don't need that.
Oh, gee.
That is a good sign. Whoa.
How did it get worse? Hey, we are back with the Econoline. It's been a while, but we're ready to see if this thing's going to run, if it's worth fixing up. We're going to get into the inside a little bit, try to clean it out, see what kind of rot or critters, or we're pretty sure there's bees' nests in there, but
for sure.
Well, not bees, but more hornets, wasps.
Mice, you know, all the good critters.
Yeah, so we got to get this on this and get it back home so we can try to work on it.
So right now, I'm sure all the tires are flat. We brought a compressor. We also have to get it off the jack stands, and we're going to try to drag it on the trailer backwards, because when we get it back to the barn, we are going to try to nose it into the shop if it goes according to plan.
Here we go. So what you're feasting your eyes on, if you haven't seen this before, this is a 1970 Econoline super van. It is the 200. And it was sitting for a long time. A guy saw it by the road, and then one day it was gone, and he happened to notice it at a junkyard. So he saved it and sold it to us, the proud owners.
We just couldn't help ourselves.
Right. So we know there's issues. Obviously, it needs new tires, but the drive shaft is broken, so we can't actually just haul it out of here. This drip rail is a major concern that we'll have to address down the road if we decide that this thing's going to be worthy of the road at some point. The interior is pretty bad. It needs a whole new kind of gut job.
It's a 302. It's got a little C4. No, it's probably a FMX or whatever transmission, little 3-speed automatic transmission. The linkage just froze up on that.
And the transmission might actually be junk from the drive shaft snapping, right?
It could be at this point. Well, not necessarily junk, but we'll get into that after we get it back to the barn, and I can show you exactly what we're faced with.
But yeah, I mean, the hood has seen better days. Basically, we weren't sure we were going to buy it until we saw these beauties. And we were like, oh yeah, we've got to have this van. So, so here it is. Let's get it going because the sun is a-setting.
Yeah. So I'm up to my eyeballs in grass.
Yeah, this is where we left it, what, 6 months ago? We brought it here and...
6 months ago.
I don't know.
That would have been early this year. Didn't we bring it here last year? Sat here in the winter.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, it's been here a year.
All right, well, time flies when you're having fun.
Right. So I had to throw this bad boy on jack stands just so I could fight and get underneath it and look at the drive shaft issue that we're faced with. And now I've got to get it off of jack stands, and that's going to be awesome.
Oh, when's the last time this thing was registered?
Oh, that's a good question.
05. So
oh yeah,
that's only been 9 years. I mean,
9 years.
Oh my god.
What year are we in?
Okay, well, I've had a long day at work and now we're here. So forgive my math and my counting.
I'm not dumb. I'm smart.
9 years.
Gosh. Why does it seem like 05 cannot be that long ago?
Oh yeah, here we go. Things are happening. Stay with me, big guy.
Man, it's got a hitch ball on there. We could tow all kinds of things with this guy.
Right, all kinds of things.
I think it's stapled to the bumper.
And then promptly leave them wherever we started with them. Oh. All right, yeah. This hadn't been here forever. All right, we're going to see if these tires have any air in them. We're at 36 pounds, something like that. All right, that's the right rear. We'll do the right front.
That tire looks fine from here.
Right? Rise up, Lazarus. That one's in the dirt. Let's see if this one will still come up out of the dirt. Come here and take a gander.
Boy.
Oh boy.
If it doesn't, do we just drag it up like that flat?
Oh, it's gonna be a. Come on, baby. It's gonna be a tough one. It is coming up.
You ever afraid these are just gonna explode?
Oh yeah, right now.
Yeah.
No, I'll wait till it gets about
I'll just back up.
50 more pounds of pressure in it and then have it pop on me. Oh, here's another flat one. Bad news is we're running out of air quick in the compressor and probably out of the tires. All right, so that one's equally in the dirt.
Bad.
Yeah, that's not good.
It's coming up too.
These do have some really good tread on them, except for the part that's fallen off. Uh-oh.
Oh, it's leaking quick. I hear it.
Oh,
it's going down just as quick as it came up.
Yeah.
We need to just start cranking it up onto the...
Well, I don't think it's gonna... Yeah. Where is that wind coming from? Apparently it's got some trash in the bead there. So, we don't have enough air to make that happen.
Well, let's check the back. I mean, it can slide through these weeds pretty good.
Oh, yeah. Right? That one's got air in it. Oh, man, 3 out of 4 ain't bad.
And a very special thank you to our neighbor for letting us borrow his trailer.
Yeah, right? We couldn't have done it without you.
Literally.
Right. Okay, stop there. I just want to see what we're looking like on this other side.
Man, I can smell that van from here.
Now's the part where I got to get underneath it and strappy wappy it back up.
Fix the dangler.
Yeah. Now that I've got a little wiggle room, here's what we've got. We've got a front drive shaft that is stuck in the back of the transmission there. I realized that's a slip yoke and that should pop out, but I think what happened was this carrier bearing in the middle seized up, twisted on that drive shaft and possibly the tail shaft of the transmission. So the splines aren't going to allow me to just slip it out of there. If I get it back to the shop, I'm going to try to slide hammer maybe some heat and different stuff. But my main thing is I got to get it up off the ground so I can work on it. So right now I'm going to ratchet strap that drive shaft up so it doesn't snag on our trailer. Okay. I think that is going to get it for us.
Good deal.
All right. I guess we'll know when it doesn't.
It's still hanging really low.
Okay. Stop for a sec.
That drive shaft's going to hit 100%.
Is it? No, it's not. It's already up past it.
Well, what's that thing hanging so low?
I don't know what you're talking about.
That hanger downer.
Which hanger downer are you referring to?
Oh, is it a stick?
I don't know.
No, there's something hanging down right there.
What?
I can't see it because of the strap. It's on the other side of the strap. Yeah, that.
Oh, well, it looks like a seat belt.
Oh,
I don't know what. I think it is a seat belt.
Oh, jeez.
Hanging
Hanging out the doghouse hole?
It must be. Hold up there.
You are sweating your dang nab hat off.
I better not. I don't want to ruin it.
It's ruined.
Oh.
There it is. We'll show you the inside and take a peek under the hood once we get it back to the house.
So we got the Econoline in the barn last night. In the daylight, looks like more of a daunting task than we originally anticipated.
Yeah, we're going to take a look at it today. What we've seen so far is just spiders everywhere on the exterior. So if they're climbing on the outside this way, like I don't even want to get inside, but I guess we have to. So yeah, that's what we're going to be doing.
All right, let's show you what we've got. Before we get started, I would just like to say we are not professional mechanics. Well, Christy's almost a mechanic. She knows how to turn a wrench or two, but we are not professionals. We kind of do this after our day job. And so don't do what we do. So with any good van adventure, you start under the hood, which ours will just name Little Stubby for that, for that matter. But there's not a whole lot you can get to under here, but I did want to look and see what kind of possible wiring issues. Of course, you got your wiper motor there. I don't see any chewed wires there. Oh, there's some nice aluminum foil on the old master cylinder.
Yeah, the cap doesn't even look like it's on tight. I mean, it's twisted.
Oh, yeah.
Mm.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's
What in the world?
So
that looks good.
you were thinking we had brakes last night? Could we hit the brakes?
Look in there.
Yeah, that's not going to work. What in the world is that for? It does go back through the firewall. Yeah, you don't want to see a hot wire with that much conductor showing. Looks like it was rubbing there on the firewall. What do we have here?
Don't pay attention to that. That's supposed to be like that.
Yeah, that was in the brochure. I think this is the radiator overflow, but it has seen better days. They look like they, oh, no, it's silicone. Oh, it's pretty flexible in there. That's not good. Anyway, they did replace it with a suitable replacement part. That's probably O'Reilly's or Napa, I'm sure.
Yeah, Juicy Juice. What is this? Oh, okay. Thought it was a dead mouse for a second.
I did notice this last night. Our trailer had a puddle underneath it, and it looks like our radiator may have a slight pinhole leak in it somewhere. So
maybe there's still fluid in there? Let's see.
Can I get
green? Okay.
That doesn't instill a lot of confidence, does it? Oh, I like the old remote oil fill. That's nice on a van. I see some chewed wires back there on our ignition solenoid. That's something we're going to have to explore. Oh, wait a minute. Well, it's disconnected for some purpose. Battery?
Yeah.
Nope. Yeah. Well.
Here's these, though. So that's good.
Yeah. I do think you want to use two negative cables because what? Two negatives equal a positive, right? That ground wire there seems not so great, and looks like the positive wire here, other than not having the right terminal on it, that one looks like it's at least the right gauge, right?
Sure.
Okay. All right. Jeez. Tell you the truth, it's not that bad.
Except for like everything.
Let's take a look under the doghouse and see. What do you see?
One of the spiders
More
is coming
spiders?
down. They're literally everywhere.
I do see spiders everywhere. Christy, what do we have behind door number 1? Oh,
obviously the drip rail looks like this, just about all the way around. Someone filled it with caulk, it looks like, which probably made the problem worse. The windows are all going to need to be resealed. We've got huge gaps like this. I don't know if that's a DIY or if that's a, hire someone.
Oh, you see, close that again and open it. Okay, try that again.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, everything kind of moves up there. That's like it's an anti-theft device.
This is where things could get interesting.
Yeah.
So we were in here before, and I was looking through. We did find some treasures, 6 months ago when we bought this.
6 months ago.
So while you tinker with the engine, I'm going to try to get some of this cleaned out. Hopefully there's nothing new living in here than before. There was...
I don't remember all this.
That was in the drawer. I set that there. So, yeah, there's a smell.
Yeah.
I don't know how to exactly describe it, but what would you say?
The smell. Oh gosh.
I think you just snorted some of that insulation. Calm down.
That's a cross between mouse urine. Splash in a little bit of motor oil, maybe some
Grandma's basement. All right, I'll give you a tour of the inside here in just a second. I'm going to try not to disturb too much of this until I get some gloves and mask.
Oh my gosh.
Tyler's going to get the doghouse out.
Oh, that's all steel. Huh.
Sweet, that won't get hot at all.
It'll be great to get in and out of here when you're working on it on the side of the road.
You want me to move this fridge deal?
No, not at all.
Well, it's literally made out of foam.
Oh, it's made out of styrofoam?
Yeah.
Oh
It's
my
like
gosh.
a cooler.
Well, give that to the girls for college. Jeez.
Right.
Oh man. That is crazy.
That's awesome.
I don't know that I paid much attention to this before, but
I feel like there's also a wooden cup holder that goes on top, which is very important.
yeah. Oh,
Let's see the top.
yeah. Okay. We might have to, hey, at least it's not all dented up.
It's all right.
Probably going to have to recover that.
We can do that.
There, I see the top right here. Look at this.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's a beaut. I'm not even kidding you. The compass and all. We're keeping that.
Beaut's a strong word, but okay.
So the flooring here has seen a little better days, but that shouldn't be good. I don't want to touch anything too crazy. All right. Oh man, the pee smell gets worse the farther in you get. Seriously, if a raccoon jumps out at me, I might freak out. But here's what we have. So we've got a little storage or bed above the driver's area. Beautiful curtains, nice futon. This is actually all shredded apart. I think there were raccoons living under there at some point. Little view of the back. We've got another storage area above. And then the kitchen. So kind of my first thing is try to get out all of the garbage. And we looked through all these cabinets when we first brought it home. So if you haven't seen that video and want to check out the treasures we found, definitely check that one out. But what we need to do is see how this top is actually attached, because we're most likely going to have to pull this top off and deal with the drip rail situation. Oh, can't forget our bird feeder. So
Oh, there it is.
Feed the birds. All right, you want to show them what's going on with the motor?
Sure. All right. Well, the doghouse is out of the way, so let's take a look at this beautifully maintained Ford 302. Yeah, we have got to see what is going on with this thing. Let's see. I'm gonna have to shop vac out the old carburetor before we get too far into it, looks like. Oh boy, that's heavy. Definitely have some mouse droppings everywhere imaginable. Ooh, what's that? Gross. All the wires are in great shape. Oh no, not great. Looks like we're gonna have, that's one of those Bluetooth wires. We are gonna have to get that remedied. Everything else seems, you gotta make sure you want your vacuum hose wrapped around your fan there, so when you start it, you immediately disconnect that and cause all kinds of problems. Got some more wires down here that are, see, it's a water temp sensor wire, and that goes to the coil. We're gonna have to fix those. Christy, everything look good on your side?
It looks awesome. The spiders are like, there's like a little nest here. I'm just watching them.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
She's I don't know. She's a little intimidated by the old.
I mean, I see 5 from where I'm standing.
What kind of bird gets in between your roof and your vent visor, and then just starts pooping right there?
It's weird. I wonder if they had a pet bird that would just like sit up there.
Oh, now that sounds cool. This is where you keep your fishing tackle. You want to put that right into your dash.
Yeah, the dash pad. Oh, look at that fancy spider web. You just the whole way. Can you see it? I can see it.
I am kind of now
from the windshield down.
Yeah,
is a whole curtain of spider webs.
Hey, there's a wasp.
Alive,
hey, buddy. Yeah. I guess it used to have a radio in it at some point, probably, and now it's just got a piece of carpet and a cork bobber.
Here's the spiderweb curtain. You can kind of see it. That's pretty sweet.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, right here's your wasp nest. You didn't see any in there?
No, I didn't even look in there. Looks like an old one. Oh, there's another one.
Yeah. All right, spark plug wires look good over here. Oil sending wire down here. That one's also not engaged anymore. Before I mess around with this carburetor, though, we're going to have to get the shop vac in here. It looks like I'm going to have to rub the tag on this. It either came with a Holly or an Autolite, and it's a 2-barrel, of course. Oh, you know what I missed before? It looks like it used to have AC, and they does not have AC anymore, much like Harvey.
Bummer.
Fuel, voltage, oil pressure, and temp. And it says it's got, can you see that? 32,072 miles. Yeah. Oh, it does have an ignition key. Oh, that's perfect. Oh, I found an air horn switch and a bunch of fuses and stuff that looks like it's going to be a problem. All right, overall, it doesn't look too bad. We got to get this carpet out of here. So one of the first things we're going to do, we're going to put a wrench on the crank up front. If we can, I'll have to crawl underneath it. I want to see if that motor turns over freely. I think it should. There shouldn't be any reason why it doesn't. We'll get the spark plugs out. We definitely got to get to the parts store to get some spark plug wires. And there's some other wires in there that are no longer in service and need to be repaired. So let me get started on that, and we'll be back in just a second. Due to our space restrictions up front here, I'm going to get underneath it and see if I can maybe twist on the fan blade first. Let me get you in there for that. Let's see if we can pull on this fan blade. Let's see, are we going to go the right direction here? Yeah, oh, yes. Oh, it's tight. Oh, slipped on the belt. Oh. I want to stick my boot up in the air and push on it with my foot. Hey, maybe that was it. Oh, there we go. She's a little tight, but turning. I am throwing a bunch of dust and dirt in my face. That's good. Oh. Hey, that's not bad. Things are happening. I can hear cylinders making compression up there. Good enough. On to the next step. All right, now that we see that the engine turns over, I'm going to quickly mark my spark plug wires just in relation to where they're going on the distributor cap there. Far side passenger up front is number 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you go 5 on the driver's side front, 6, 7, and 8. And I'm just going to draw some marks on there so I can hopefully remember what I did later. Probably not. All right, now I'm going to spray some penetrating oil where these spark plugs go here in the hopes that we can get those out a little bit easier. So I did run to the store, and while I was out, I picked up a few things. Obviously, we need some plug wire, so I got a new set of those. I did not know what kind of condition the plugs were going to be in, so I actually got some new, I think they're Autolite plugs. They were the cheapest ones, and the only ones they had in stock. So we got that going for us. Got a few other things. I got to get this distributor cap off, see what the points look like. swap over our wires, new plugs. We gotta put the battery in it. Forgot to get cable ends, or battery terminal ends. So of course we're gonna have to use some sort of witchcraft to get those to stay on there. Yeah, this engine hasn't ran in at least 9 years, I think.
All right, well.
Something like that.
Pardon me, Mr. Perfect! I guess I forgot that you never ever make a mistake!
All last night, I'm like, I can't even do 24 minus 5. I mean, come on.
This could have a cracked block. It could have head gasket failure. It could have any number of items. It definitely needs to see a shop vac, though.
Oh, there goes the poop.
All right. Well, for our battery of choice, we went with the kind that has been tried and true and tested for generations. Econocraft.
Yeah.
Never heard of it before in my life, but that's what we're going to go with.
So after getting the battery in with some vice grips, we actually had headlights, which was huge. And we had a left blinker that actually kind of flashed. Unfortunately, I can't say the same thing for the right blinker, which came on solid, but at least it's coming on, so we'll take it. Next up, we wanted to test the lighter, of course, and no dice. It doesn't work. Hoping we would have a little better luck with the fan, but
That's a no. This is what our ground wire looks like. This is the one going to the battery terminal up there. It bolts into the block there, and then what happened? It could be our ground issue. I'm going to jump the ignition solenoid here.
that sounds all right.
Yeah, sounds all right. So we know we've got some wiring problems. We're going to have to take care of those. We will do that. I've also got to check oil and make sure all that is going to be up to snuff when we are turning it over here. Okay, we'll do some wiring, get back to you.
What have you got there?
Well, my lovely wife went out and picked up a couple of cable terminal clamps here.
I even got the color coded since our cables aren't actually color coded.
Right, that will help keep things straight. So this is what we took off of the, this is on the engine block here. You can tell that it's
a little worse for wear.
Worn.
There we go. Battery good.
Battery good.
Gonna give her a try and take her down the road.
You ready?
Yeah. That's it.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh.
We ain't got nothing. But the good news is we can still jump the solenoid over there, and we can still make it crank. You want to hear it crank?
Sure.
Okay.
All right, so you're going to jump that again, and I'm going to watch for spark here.
That's the plan. All right, you ready?
Uh-huh. Whoa! Yeah. Sparking like a mother.
Mother? No, this isn't your mother.
Is it?
Yeah.
Well,
like
that's a good sign.
crazy, actually.
A regular lightning storm.
Yeah. That air freaked me out, but yeah.
So let's pop this cap off real quick. Let's see what we've got going here. Oh, that's not too bad. That looks decent enough. And our rotor, it looks like it needs a little clean up, but where is this coming from? Oh boy.
That's a longie.
Hey. Oh. Hey, that looks like fresh oil. That's kind of interesting.
I think you tasted it last time,
Did I?
even though I said not to.
What did it taste like? Do you remember? I think I said it was a little gassy. Well, I mean, it's got oil in it, so that's something, right? We got us some new auto lights.
Yeah.
Just going to do a comparison here to make sure everything looks copacetic. Close enough, huh?
There he goes with what he calls gaseola.
What do you call it? Thought it was gaseola.
I think it's gasoila. I don't know. Gaseola sounds cooler. So what are you doing?
You've been letting me say it wrong all along. So I put some gasoila on the threads here, and this is a fuel filter. It's going to make it just a little bit easier to plug in our fuel hose into the end of our fuel filter here. All right, it's going to work perfect. We just need it to hold gas for a little bit of time, not forever.
I feel like you haven't made a long-term commitment to this van yet.
Well, I will admit, I do have my doubts. I am excited to get the engine running. It's the rest of it that seems a bit daunting to me.
See, it's opposite for me.
So we're ready for the fuel portion of our revival. I'm going to take the tank side of our hose off here of our mechanical fuel pump, and we've got a boat tank. Just going to see if that mechanical pump will still push fuel up to our carburetor. If not, we'll go with an electric fuel pump.
So is this going to drain old fuel down in your face?
It's possible. I mean, we've done very minimal cranking. Oh yeah. No, it's not too much. We've done very minimal cranking of the old engine, so it did start to maybe pull a little bit of fuel, or we'll call it fuel. It looks more like varnish.
Does it?
Yeah, it's
What does it smell like? Can you put your fingers in it?
I know what it smells like. I mean, it's got its own distinct...
It doesn't smell like new good gas.
No. To be honest, it kind of takes me back to my youth when my grandpa was still around. He had some old tractors, and my dad was trying to get a couple of them running, and they had some old sour fuel in them that were mostly varnish. It's a very distinct smell. Can you smell it yet?
No.
No?
No, not yet.
It doesn't bother me.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
It doesn't really bother me.
It does smell like varnish.
Yeah, people don't enjoy that smell. I would rather, I think, have a varnish smell than new gas smell, if I'm being honest. But
You're not one of the gas sniffers?
no, not
I
a
kind of
gas
don't
sniffer.
mind the smell of fresh gas.
Huh.
Just breathe it in. It's getting late, but we're moving forward. Tyler's got the battery hooked up. He's got the boat tank hooked up. And we're going to crank it over a little bit and see if gas starts shooting into this honey bottle.
All right, here we go.
Nothing yet.
Okay.
There's a long hose connected, so I don't know if it's
we'll
still
see.
trying or okay.
We'll see.
Nada so far. Third time's a charm.
Yeah, if it doesn't catch this time, I may have to prime that fuel pump. So we'll see.
All right. Nope.
No.
Well, the starter's working.
Yeah, that's
We're focusing on the positives.
That's something, right? Well, it seems to me like our mechanical pump may be bad. Yeah.
Okay, so we have this basic little fuel pump. It says it's meant to push fuel. That's going to spurt. Okay.
You think it's going to spurt?
I mean, hopefully. That would mean there's gas in that line after all that.
Okay. Nope, dry as a bone.
Dang. All right. So it says install it within a foot of the gas tank, lower than the actual tank. And then it's going to do its magic. Electric pump in.
Yeah.
Tyler's getting ready to hook it up to the battery and see if it's going to pump some
Yeah, I'm just going to try to
gas.
prime the line here real quick.
All right.
All right. It's taking fuel. You should see it come up to the jug here.
There. Oh, yeah.
All right.
Okay,
Stop? Or
yeah,
keep-
stop.
Okay.
That looks like iced tea.
All right. You want a little more?
Sure. It's clear now.
Okay.
You can shut it off.
Okay.
Okay.
Now we're just going to hook up our fuel line here real quick to the old carburetor. And bazinga. Is that what they say? Is that what kids say these days? Yeah.
I don't think they say bazinga.
Oh.
That's your question.
All right. Now that we've got our fuel up to our carburetor, what I'm going to do is turn the fuel pump back on. Hopefully it fills our fuel bowl up. The float comes up, shuts off the fuel, and it doesn't start puking gas everywhere. That would be what I would like to see happen. I don't know if that's going to happen. All right.
I hear things.
Okay.
Nothing's overflowing yet.
Okay. I'm going to shut the fuel pump off and then we'll crank it. Should have enough gas in it, so. All right. See how that goes. Okay. And
I'm just going to step back a little.
you're going to step back a little? Better key on here, I guess, if we want it to actually run. All right, so here we go. Fire test number 1. You ready?
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, stop. Oh, no, keep going. You're okay. I'm okay. We're all okay. It was shooting gas out of that.
Oh, okay.
How is it running?
I have no idea. Oh, wow. So I don't have any, my oil pressure sender's not hooked up, water temperature, none of that's hooked up. Do you see any smoke or anything?
What in the world?
Wow, it's
The
idling.
fuel pump's not even on, right?
No, it's,
Oh. There it goes.
All right.
What in the heck?
Oh, that was shocking.
Okay, well, we were supposed to put water in the radiator before
Well,
it actually
we're,
happened.
yeah.
That scared me so bad. All of a sudden, it was like a geyser of fuel out of that.
Well,
It's,
yeah, I saw it look pretty varnishy.
yeah.
Huh? Yeah, that was the residual that was back down to the mechanical pump.
There's some smoke now.
Well,
Not bad,
it
though.
pumped out. Huh. So the mechanical pump pumped that up. Is it just not drawing fuel? Anyway, that's awesome. I'm a little taken aback, honestly. That sounded good. I mean, it didn't even it didn't even clatter or anything. Let's turn the electric fuel pump back on, and maybe we'll let it sit there and run for a little bit and add some water to it.
Yeah.
Oh man,
That was crazy.
that was crazy.
All right.
All
I'm going
right.
to throw some water down the old radiator here because we are sure this thing's going to be running. We're not so sure the radiator is going to hold the water, so that's why we're not using coolant.
Yeah.
We're saving a buck or two.
Right.
Should I just keep pouring?
I
Are we going on the ground or are we good?
don't see any drips or leaks yet. So far, so good.
Took the
Okay.
gallon.
Yeah.
Oh, I hear something.
Well, here we go.
Where's it coming out of? The Sunny D?
Oh, it's
Bottom?
coming out both sides over here. Let's see. Oh my gosh.
Out of the actual radiator or?
Yeah, must be. Let me, for fear of getting wet. Here.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
It's,
She
do we have
is,
another catch bucket thing?
Um,
Dang, I shouldn't have poured the whole thing. It was holding it so good.
Yeah.
Here, I got a drawer from the other camper.
All right. Oh, yeah.
Oh, whoops, I just knocked the thing, whatever
Okay,
this
that's
is,
fine.
off.
Yeah.
All right, well, maybe we should start it before it all runs out.
Well, we know that we're going to have a limited amount of time to run it. All right, you ready?
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
It's not showing any oil pressure. That doesn't necessarily mean it doesn't have oil pressure. It may just be the sender's not working or our wire is cut somewhere else. Got some massive exhaust leaks.
Does it?
Yeah. Oh, it's getting smoky. Oh, there's our leak.
Oh, it's a
Being
good
right.
one.
Yeah, that's oh, that's a good one. All right. Well,
I'm gonna go open the door.
All right. I can hear water running out everywhere.
Man,
Oh,
it is still flowing.
it is aggressively pouring out. It's getting late. I think we're about done for the night. We feel like we've accomplished a lot, but we've got a lot more that we need to do. We need to get that oil pressure. We need to get it. The key to actually be the source of ignition there. So we're going to get back after it tomorrow and see what we can get done. We're back for day 2 of Econoline action. We got the motor running, but we want to get it just a little bit better. It'd be nice to get it off the keyed switch. I'm going to take a look at that. I also need to look at the oil sending unit so we can see if we have oil pressure or not. And I bought some stop leak for the radiator if we can get that plugged.
That won't work, but
Yeah,
you almost
probably
hate
not.
to use it. But
Yeah.
Before we get to that, we're going to finish this demo of the back and really see what we're working with back here.
I see some stuff that would look good in our bedroom in the house.
Yeah, here's a big poop chunk.
I wouldn't take that. I was talking more like speakers and fan.
All right, you ready?
Yeah. Big poop chunk. We've got some whittling away done at the demo. Christy's still taking care of business down there. I'm going to show you a couple things that we found real quick. So our plumbing trap, which was right here, it actually exits out the side of the camper. We disconnected our propane down there. All in all, everything looks pretty straightforward and simple. There's our electrical box, our hot water heater. I think this is our freshwater line. It was going to our water pump. And I've got to look underneath to see exactly. I feel like there's a pretty good sized water tank under there.
I thought this was going to be a lot worse, but this is just bubble wrap. There is a nest in this one.
Oh, and we did notice that none of this was insulated. So it is what it is. We are eventually going to take down, this is all fiberglass around here. I'm assuming it's fiberglass. We'll call it fiberglass for now. It could be some sort of plastic, but then it only goes halfway down and then it becomes sheet metal on the outside.
Okay.
Oh, huh.
Not bad.
And that's how you insulate a door.
Heck yeah.
I wonder why they took care to insulate the doors, but nothing else.
I know. There is some insulation on the ceiling. We're gonna have to get to that next. You see it's got a little sag to it.
Oh. Ew.
It's a gift that keeps on giving. Golly. Nice. Uh-oh, there's feathers. No. Nope, false alarm.
Good grief.
Golly, seriously.
Oh, there's a good sized nest in there for sure.
Oh, I hate grabbing those. All right, ceiling it is.
Perfect.
We were all set to just rip, and then we're like, let me see. All these screws
742
along the whole ceiling, every, I don't know, 3 inches maybe?
Yeah, every 2 to 3. It's holding this topper on, hopes and dreams.
Right.
Oh, yeah. That's one way to do it. Okay, don't need that. Yeah, I bet those are all shims. Ooh.
Okay, there's some of the wiring.
Balsa.
So, that is the metal. Oh, so this thing, okay. So it's not, it's thick.
Yeah.
It's thicker than
Yeah. There's a.
Okay.
It's sandwiched in there somehow.
Okay. I still don't know. So then is it just literally sitting on that drip rail outside that's about to fall off?
Well, that's probably accurate.
So it's sandwiched. Whoa. Yeah. See. Okay. So yeah, sandwiched. I don't know that we need to go too much further at this point right now.
No, probably not worth it. Huh. Jeez.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, we've been together way too
Short of a period of time.
short of a period of time.
All right, we got the back basically cleaned up and then tore apart again, but it's looking all right. There weren't any living or dead animals, so that's always a plus. So now we have to see what's going on up here.
Yeah, so we figured the best course of action at this point is probably to check and see if we do have oil pressure. If we can get some oil pressure, then we can move on to the ignition portion. But I do have a mechanical oil pressure gauge. I'm going to take out the old oil sender, plumb in a new pressure gauge, and we should at least have that as peace of mind. We've got it temporarily set up for our mechanical oil pump. I took out the old sending unit down there, plumbed in a little plastic line, like I said, temporary, and now we've got a mechanical gauge that we can see what our oil pressure is going to be at. All right, here we go.
Man, that fires up nice.
Yeah. Here's our oil coming into our oil pressure gauge.
Oh.
20 psi. I wouldn't call that great.
It's bubbling a little back there. Is it leaking?
Yeah, it is leaking. All right, let's cut that off. You want to tighten it down just enough that you hear it crack. No, I'm just kidding. All right, that feels better. Here we go. Action. Oh. Ah, key switch.
Oh. Where's the key?
Right at your left elbow here.
Oh. Okay, ready.
Action.
Oh! Dang, that does make a difference.
Oh, good.
Look at that.
All right.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Things are coming along. We're ready to turn our attention back up here to see if this runs off the key. But before we do that, we want to know how long we can run it. And if we don't have any coolant, if it's just puddling down below, we can't run it very long. So Tyler got this. It is the tiniest bottle of stuff, but apparently it doesn't take much. So I'm not confident.
Let's hope.
I mean, the size of our hole is huge, but it says works in minutes. So we're just going to dump this down the radiator and it'll cure itself.
Yeah. Is that money back guarantee?
Eye irritant.
Okay.
Tomato, tomato. I don't know what to touch it to. I forget already.
All right, my lady.
I'm going to jump this baby. Is that what it's called?
I'm going to jump it. Yeah.
So I touch this screwdriver to what? What to?
So you see your big lug here?
Yeah.
That wire is, I mean, you can use that terminal there and then touch it over to your switch key.
All right.
Or your switch lug, I guess.
Wait, does it matter which one I hit first?
No?
That doesn't work.
Well, what happened? Oh, no.
Well, like that?
Yeah.
All right.
Are you... Go ahead. All right, hold on.
Woo. Ah.
Let me give a couple pumps on the old accelerator here. Oh, she's a little gummy. I'm gonna have to put some penetrating oil on that.
On
Free
the
that up
gas
a little
pump?
bit. Okay, you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Go ahead.
Of course, I'm ready. Okay.
All right.
That's not good for it, is it? Okay,
Well,
sorry. Yeah. First time. times. First try.
All right.
It doesn't matter if it goes in when the engine's hot or cold, it said. So, I already did shake it.
Okay.
Also, don't get it in your eyes.
So we're gonna go and pour some straight coolant in there right now. We don't want it to freeze in the winter, so it'll keep, this will keep that from happening.
This is the test. Oh boy.
All right, we getting leaks?
We're getting leaks.
All right. So we've still got a couple of leaks. I'm getting misted by the fan. So we'll see if that K-seal does its job. It's slowing down. Oh wow, that was pretty cool. Oh, the temp gauge has come up. It's at operating temp now, so at least that wire's not completely bad. I gotta idle this thing down.
I mean, it's not pouring out like it was. That's crazy. Oh boy, not this again.
Huh. Why is it not idling down?
Whoa, that was a big puff of smoke. There you go.
Right now, not sure what the little getting misted with. Oh, it's leaking up top. Or no, it's pouring out.
Oh, gee. Oh, I got the cap in my hand. Oh, shoot. You're like, I'm getting misted. Oh, is this funnel going to be melted? Gee whiz. Whoops.
Whoa.
Okay.
Wait, no, what are you doing?
I was going to put the cap back on.
No, just let it breathe. It'll be fine.
That's beautiful.
Well, it'll be fine. I didn't know it was boiling over.
At first, I thought, wow, this stuff is like a miracle. And then it started pouring everywhere. And then it stopped. So we're back to miracle. All right. Well, cancel our call to the Vatican. There's been no miracle today.
No.
It's still leaking.
One of the other things is the thermostat might not be opening, and so we'll probably have to pull that radiator hose off and get at that thermostat after everything cools down. I'm not going to worry about it right now.
All right. Not what we wanted.
No.
But now we know the radiator's garbage.
Yeah, and we know.
We already knew.
And the temp gauge works.
Wouldn't that have been crazy if that stuff worked, though? Wait, the temp gauge works?
Yeah. Yeah. It told me it was normal until it got hot.
Okay. So, next up, the most important thing.
Christy has been on me about this air horn for, well, since we found the van. So
it's time to test it. Don't let us down, air horn. Don't let us down.
Yeah, I have complete confidence everything's going to go according to plan.
Here's the air horn module, we're assuming.
Huh?
Signal tone, Cadillac, Michigan.
Right.
Cadillac suite. We should go there in one of these videos.
Right. I'm going to put my meter on this real quick, and we're going to push that button, I guess in theory, what would be the horn button, and see if we get any voltage up here.
All right.
Go ahead and hit the button. Are you hitting the button?
I'm pushing it.
Okay, I'm not getting anything. So there is a lot going on with this switch. That AC wire that was plugged into that outlet up there actually comes down here to the horn button. There's a lot going on here. I don't even understand why all that is taking place. You know what? I've just thought of one thing. Let me hook up one more wire and we'll try it one more time. Test number 2.
Whoa! It's decidedly noisy
Yeah.
in here. I don't think it's noisy outside, is it?
That's the sound of progress.
Are they supposed to blow air through this tube?
Right.
I mean, it's running,
Yeah.
but
All
it's not tooting. Does it come off at either end? Like, do we think it's really creating air?
Well, that's a good idea. We can test that real quick. All right.
Oh, it's blowing air. It's blowing air pretty good.
Okay. If you're getting the air somewhere, you got to look for an obstruction, right? I don't know how these horns work, but maybe there's some sort of obstruction in the end. Oh, what is that? Can't tell. Obstruction?
Probably 20,000 tarantulas.
Probably. It does look like a bunch of spider nests in here. I'm just going to dig around in here for a minute and see if I can free up. It just sounds so gross.
Oh,
Oh, there we go. There's something.
let's see.
That's spider stuff.
Gross.
Yeah, how many bugs were caked in there?
Can you imagine tooting that horn and it just launches spiders?
Or wasps. What sounds papery? There's a little diaphragm there.
Everything's intact.
Yeah, I guess. So I thought this was just some sort of like corroded material in there. Turns out it's corroded material, but it's like corroded spiders and yeah, all different kinds of stuff.
Air compressor test.
Oh, okay.
Golly.
I feel like LeBron. Boy, that was gross.
Oh,
Oh, right in my eyes. Oh. Oh, where did
it's
that
shooting
go?
like against the toolbox.
No, no.
If that's what they sound like,
I mean, it's
that's
not.
amazing.
It's not the world's strongest pump or horn, for that matter. Let me see if I can
You're
get
gonna put
this.
them back together, and we'll
I'm gonna try.
listen to the beautiful music.
I'm officially an air horn rebuilder. Anything other than a should be a win, right?
Yeah.
Not a professional.
Wah, wah.
Yeah.
Dang.
It crushes all of your hopes and dreams.
It seriously does. So moving on, trying not to get another disappointment. We're gonna get this running off a key. No question about it.
Oh, everything else is going according to plan.
Yeah. Yesterday, when we turned the key, it made a clunk out of this solenoid here.
Right. I believe.
And then it stopped.
Yeah, I believe this solenoid is a 2-solenoid setup, and this would be for the house battery. The one over here to our left is for our vehicle battery. And so anyway, I was trying to make some new connections on this clunking solenoid and maybe, you know, fix the ground and do some different stuff. And I think that the clunk is physical failure in the solenoid itself. So, yeah.
Got
So
it re-clicking.
You got connection again, but you don't have any sort of keyed power, at least. Yeah.
No.
See, that's me turning the key to crank it.
Yeah.
It's,
I can hear it click. I don't know if the fine folks at home can, but
yeah, well, it's
just
failed
clicking.
internally. So I did pick up a new one, and I'm hoping we can just do a wire swap on that. Now I do have that. I mean, I checked the fuse. It does have some different splices here and there. The grounds aren't that great. I did try to clean up some of those connections, but it still clunks. So I'm going to swap these connections over to this new solenoid and see if we can remedy that.
All right. Well, the other bit of news is we're going to be with the boat tank a little longer. We tried to get a hose down in the gas tank to pump some of that old fuel out and see what we're dealing with. And It's going to be more involved than we're really able to get into right now. We'll probably need to drop the tank. Whoa, jeez, that scared me. Hi, puppy. Oh, hi. Oh my gosh.
Where did you come from?
So we're getting attacked. What are you doing, Ruby? You don't want any bit of what's going on in there. Come here.
So this is our ignition switch wire, or what I believe to be our ignition switch wire, that I swapped, made a new end for yesterday. This is what the old one looked like that I had cut, and you can see it's all corroded and everything in there. So I'm going to make a couple new ends, and then we'll swap these connections.
What are you doing, Ruby? Here you go. New solenoid in.
Right.
Wires are in the spots the old wires are in, so we're going to assume that was right.
Yeah. Ready?
Go. Yep.
Nothing.
Nothing.
I've got a new development. I've been working on trying to get this keyed switch to actually start the engine, and I've come up with something. Let me show you what I found. Came over here, I found some mouse chewed wires, okay? Replaced or repaired some wires, cleaned some connections. Still did not get any sort of joy from that. And that made me come inside here to our ignition switch. So I pulled it out of the back of the dash, inspected the wires, everything seemed normal there, checked my connections, all that seemed good. There are some wires hanging down there, but that doesn't have anything to do with our problem, it turns out. I got on the internet. The internet always provides. I found a post that said, check your neutral safety switch. I'm like, okay, neutral safety switch, where would that be? On a 1970 Ford Econoline. I found some for newer vehicles that said it's on the steering column or underneath the dash, right in that area. And I looked and I didn't see anything. So I crawled underneath the van, looked at the transmission, and lo and behold, there is a wire or a set of wires that comes off of the case there and then comes up through here, routes around over to your ignition, of course. What did I find? I found two wires, or two of the four wires, chewed through. So I jumpered those wires, and let's see what I've got. Hallelujah, hallelujah.
Can I get an amen?
So that is awesome news. I just got to make a couple permanent splices there. I have got more wires to sort through, mouse chewed wires, bad connections, corroded connections. So I've got to do that, but at least we've got a keyed switch that'll actually start and make this thing run now. Well, I feel like we've hit a few major milestones. We got the van running. We've got oil pressure. Things are looking up.
Yeah. So it's getting late. That's going to be it for today. But yeah, it runs. It could be an awesome van. So we just have to determine now, do we keep going on it? Do we keep putting all the time and money into it and make it the most awesome camper van in the U.S.? Or
that's a lot of time and money.
Do we just get it running and let someone else make it the most awesome van? So I don't know. What do you guys think? Let us know in the comments. Do you want to see more on the van? I feel like it runs awesome. I don't know. Obviously we need to check a lot more, and I'm sure it's going to need more work, but it was surprising. But I think it's tired time.
It's way past tired time.
I'm tired. So that's going to be it. We hope you guys check out our next video. We're going to get back to work on the Holiday Rambler travel trailer.
Yep.
And we'll see you then.
All right. Thanks for watching, guys. See you next time.